Hopefully you had a nice cup of tea, cup of cha, masala dar, whatever you want. But I've added a bit of more masala to sit with Aman and myself as well. He's the one and only, and I always say this. I love this guy. He's brilliant at what he does. But apart from that, brilliant human being as well. It's Mr. Raxter. Raxter, how are you, sir? Is that the government name?
Yeah.
Me and Aman were just having a little chit chat. You know, actually, do the Punjabi man. It's quite nice, isn't it? Raxter the hega por yaar. Aman, you do it. Tera naam ki karta. Poison.
Yeah.
On the release of Poison, but obviously not you, that you're Poison, but it's doing so well, isn't it?
Yeah. Quick project that me and Harps put together. Me and DJ Harps, shout out DJ Harps, really talented guy. I know he's done Bhangra stuff in the past.
Yeah.
But what we're working on now is a little bit different, a little bit like Poison, a little bit more urban stuff. And yeah, we turned that around in 10 days. So
wow.
From writing it and getting it done to the video shot and finished in 10 days.
Is that a record, Aman? Obviously,
you've been
in the industry for such a long time. Welcome back after the break. Hopefully you had a nice cup of tea, cup of cha, masala dar, whatever you want. But I've added a bit of more masala to sit with Aman and myself as well. He's the one and only, and I always say this. I love this guy. He's brilliant at what he does. But apart from that, brilliant human being as well. It's Mr. Raxter. Raxter, how are you, sir? Is that the government name?
Yeah.
Me and Aman were just having a little chit chat. You know, actually, do the Punjabi man. It's quite nice, isn't it? Raxter the hega por yaar. Aman, you do it. Tera naam ki karta. Poison.
Yeah.
On the release of Poison, but obviously not you, that you're Poison, but it's doing so well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the track.
It was really quick project
that
me and Harps put together. Me and DJ Harps, shout out DJ Harps, really talented guy. I know he's done Bhangra stuff in the past.
Yeah.
But what we're working on now is a little bit different, a little bit like Poison, a little bit more urban stuff. And yeah, we turned that around in 10 days. So
wow.
From writing it and getting it done to the video shot and finished in 10 days.
Is that a record, Aman? Obviously, you've been in the industry for such a long time. Have you ever done a track in 10 days?
Done stuff
no, that's very good, but you know, obviously with the end product as well.
Yeah.
Which has come out.
We just wanted to get it out because I haven't released anything this year of my own. I've done a lot of features, collaborations, and we just wanted to get something out this year, in the first half of this year.
Yeah.
And we literally turned it around really quickly.
It's interesting. We've got Aman here, who's obviously known as more of a producer, and you're a performer. From a performer's point of view as well, because you know, as a singer, you sing a song, you go into the studio, you do the biz. There's that buzz happening, that momentum.
Yeah.
But then from a producer's point of view, sometimes songs take so long to come out.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it the production work or what?
I don't think it's production. It's just when the company you got a few things. If you're going to do it yourself, then you know what's going on. Company knowing that, if you've got another artist on board.
There's so many different avenues, isn't it? Like, I mean, for us it was lucky because it was just me and Harps. That was it. And then for the video, that we had a separate guys there that was doing it. My manager Khalid, he was in between, just kind of keeping everything together. But the music, to be honest, sometimes that takes a long time, like mixing, mastering. Something will come back and then you'll hear it and you'll be like, no, I want to change that, or I'm not happy with this. And the longer you sit with it, the more nooks you can find. This is not right, I want to change this slightly. Sometimes you just got to say, right, that's it.
I was going to say, when do you decide?
It's really hard
it's
sometimes.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult. Okay, on people with mixing especially. Chalo mastering, levels ho jande jo bhi, but initially your mix has got to be good.
Okay, just mixing for the person at home.
So when
tabla inna ki chahida, vocal inna ki chahidi, tolk inna ki chahida, or whatever. Oh, right,
well, you've got all that massive board that Party probably knows what everything does, but
people have their photos taken with that. That's all those little tweets and
ki karda, nikka ja ki karda. But all that, once that mixing is a big thing, because you're going to listen back to it.
Yeah.
But you might listen back and say, someone else might hear it and say, oh, what's that? That doesn't sound right.
Or you listen to it in the car, and then there'll be something else that you'll hear, or you listen to it in your headphones.
So does it depend on what you listen to it on? Because in the studio you got massive speakers blasting out at you constantly.
Sometimes it can be, there's a little part that's always doing your head in.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows about it. No one never will know about it. But then you think, shall I change it, shall I not? And then you let somebody else listen. They don't hear it. It doesn't matter they don't hear it, but and in the end, because you have to bring the whole mix back up again.
Right.
For some reason, your ears change. Everything changes.
Yeah.
and it doesn't sound, you know.
Wow, that's an insight.
Like now, Baji, you probably have it as well. You'll listen to an old track and you'll be like, oh, if I did it again, or if I go back in the studio, I'll change this, or like add this, or I'll take this away.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you do one mix, just not thinking about it. The oi mixer, vadiya lagda.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done so many mixes, but you think I've done more arrangement changes and everything. But you know, Agala, sometimes the singer hears that first mix, he says, "Oh, they want guni baniya mix." And then he says,
But
that was just the right mix.
people
Because you
do
get
that a
used to
lot,
it,
though, don't they?
yeah.
I mean, we're known for that. I'm Punjabi.
Sometimes when it's clean
clean
When it's clean as well, sometimes it doesn't sound as good.
Yeah.
Like when you've cleaned everything up, sometimes it hasn't got that same
lose
feel.
lose that.
I mean, do you ever look at songs about Ground Shaker days, and think, you know what, I wish I could redo that now. I wish I'd done it this way or that way. Really?
Yeah.
That must torment you. It must be a tormenting thing.
But then, you think if you sometimes Peter Ware is a very brilliant engineer, musician. He goes, it's never ending. You have to go to a point where you've got to say, look, this is right, and this is going to be the way it's going to be, because thoda symbol thalle reh gaya. Because of a symbol, you're going to do a mix again. You know, because you just want that little bit louder. Then you have to bring everything up again.
They say art is never finished. It's just when you decide to let it go.
Yeah.
That's with all types of artists. So painters, you know, people, filmmakers, all sorts. That like they just get to a point where they say, right, I can't. Or you can carry on doing it forever. Like there's never a point where you.
I think another thing is always good to sometimes have another engineer. Like then I get Tom to look over it, or get somebody, because they'll come in with a fresh ears. Like ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ folking ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ, we did that, you know, non-stop vocals, everything. Manmohan Baji did his last vocal Friday in the day, then we mixed it on that day. That was one mix. But I got Tom in about 8 o'clock at night
to have a listen to it.
Because my mix was all over the place.
Oh, right.
Because my ears were all over the place, because we're doing so much.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And Raxter, what's happened? Obviously, Aman's on a singing, on a Bhangra vibe. You're obviously on a rapping sort of vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, are you a fan of Aman's music?
Definitely.
Silly question, I suppose, with Aman sitting there, obviously.
From a long time.
Yeah.
Like Aman Baji, I've listened to it. Like all the old school stuff. Like when I first started listening, like couple of my favorite albums, I would say, just to get an idea of my musical thing, is Punjabi MC Legalized, Bali Sagu, Hanji, Bali Jagpal, Dark and Dangerous. Like they're probably my top 3 Punjabi albums. But obviously Baji released stuff during that time as well. Like all those big songs, we used to dance to Ground Shaker, you know, like all those big songs, you know, like legend, man.
Yeah, where's G Money these days? Maybe you can replace him now. Would you guys ever think of collaborating
I'd
or
love
something?
To work with Baji. Like I think, you know.
Yeah, he's getting an album ready, so who knows? Anything can happen. I mean, what about you? Who are you collaborating with as well?
My next single's done. It's with Zach Knight. That's going to come out in July.
That's a big name.
Yeah, that's coming out in July. I've got a couple of other singles that we're working on. I'm not sure what's going to come next, but I'm working with a lot of other artists as well.
Going into the movies or anything like that? I mean, obviously you're in Punjab and everybody's doing movies. Have you ever done tracks for movies and stuff like that? Yeah. Right.
Music kar reha.
Right.
So that's shot in California and Punjab de vich.
Right.
Ranjit Bawa.
Ranjit Bawa's coming into films?
नहीं, उन्होंने गाना कीता.
Right, okay. I was going to thank them, you know.
ਤਾਂ ਸੁਰਿੰਦਰ ਸ਼ਿੰਦਾ ਬਾਜੀ ਹੁਣੀ
right.
ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੋ ਹੋਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਕਮਲ ਖਾਨ ਹੈ ਵਿੱਚ so
right
ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਪਰ I'm not
how do they do the I always wondered this, the music for the films, do they have the songs first or do they put them in the films where they should go, or how does it work?
The actual film songs ਉਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ like as in story ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਯਾਰ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕੁੜੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਮਿਲ ਗਏ
and then someone will write an idea
and then you'd get maybe another writer involved and say look our subject ਤੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਲਿਖ ਜਿਹੜਾ we're going to adjust it into the film and then you'll have the main song, you know, like the teaser for the film. That could be just like a Bhangra song or something like that. But like you say, things have changed. That was always the way, but ਹੁਣ ਇਦਾਂ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ they just think if we get this guy to sing a song, ਸਾਡੀ ਫਿਲਮ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ
Okay, yeah.
Oh, right. So but even the film people, they're looking for name. I suppose you're looking to collaborate with tweeters and with Facebook, but yeah, they're in fan, Raxter's had 5,000 views within the first 5 seconds of his release. Of his
It's a numbers game.
I mean, YouTube as well, isn't it? Because we were talking about this off camera. Ke yaar, rato raat chalo घंटे दे विच million views and stuff like that. How does that work?
Yeah.
You know, how does that work? Because obviously this day and age,
ਰੱਬ ਜਾਣੇ
but maybe because of social media that everybody's around the world, somebody's day, somebody's
You know what?
night.
It's for an artist like me. Like I haven't really released anything through a label as yet. We'll be doing so soon, but I've never released anything through a label. The only reason why I'm able to do what I do is because of the internet.
Right.
Because we can independently do everything.
So for you, it works.
Yeah. So we fund all our own stuff. We put the money into the project, and everything that comes back in comes directly to us.
Right.
And we can do that because of the internet. Like back in the days, you had labels which were the gatekeepers, and you needed to go there to be able to do that.
Right.
So you know, it's a blessing as well. The internet,
Yeah.
like there's so many artists like me as well in Punjab, in India, like independent artists who are doing amazing things because of they have that. Be able to reach such a wide audience from the internet.
So it can work both ways, I suppose. It can work.
I think it's brilliant because ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਰੈਕਸਟਰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਗਾਣੇ ਦਾ
Right.
ਕਿਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ say when we were releasing just album CDs ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ ਕਰਨੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਤਾਂ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ ਡੀਲ ਤਾਂ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਣਾ unless it was some big song that gets there but ਹੁਣ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਲੱਗ
There were so many times I remember when we were younger, you'd listen to such a big song in England, and you'd go to Punjab, and they'd never heard of it. Like no one's even heard the song, heard the albums or anything. But since the internet, like I've been going to India every other year since I was quite young. And since the kind of internet, like, you know, early 2000s, you've noticed when you go back, like, even in the bin, they're listening to, like, the latest songs that have just come out.
Guys, I mean, obviously, you're going to go, but I'm going to hang on to you. We've got another guest coming. Thank you very much. So we've got an albums to come. What else is coming out? The Aman store. You got some new singers coming on your label as well, haven't you?
Well, we got Honi apne Jasta Mida Nama Gana aaya.
Yeah.
Wo ch bhi music ਕੀਤਾ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ Kalvinder Billa's new single coming.
And you're the discoverer of Jazz Dami. Well, not a discoverer, but he had the main first hit with you as well, isn't he?
ਉਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਛੋਟਾ ਭਰਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਦਾ ਡੈਡੀ ਬਿਕਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਡੈਡ ਦਾ ਬॉयਫ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ but he's doing really well.
Amazingly. Sitania is out, isn't it? Yeah.
So ਬਾਕੀ Kalvinder Billa, ਬਾਕੀ ਕਾਲੇ ਨਿਜ਼ਾਮਪੁਰੀ ਦੀ ਐਲਬਮ ਕੀਤੀ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ with all mixed singers, Noora sisters, Navraj Hans, who's another great singer, Hansraj Hans ji ਦਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਤਾਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਜੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਿੰਗਲਸ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਬੈਨੀ ਧਾਲੀਵਾਲ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ
Okay. Actually, I read a tweet. I mean, we can sort of just clarify. Surya Ghoshal, did you actually do anything with her? Was there a duet, something? Just something at the back of my mind, it was.
Duet ਕੀਤਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਰ ਉਹਦਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਪਿਆ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੋਂ.
Right.
So they just clarify
contractual sort of issues
from their management company.
Right.
But that will be coming again. ਉਹ ਥੋੜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੀਗਾ as in paper wise.
Right, okay.
It wasn't really a
That's nice to know actually. In this industry there's paperwork involved as well.
It wasn't an issue because obviously she's a Bollywood singer.
Yeah.
It wasn't really an issue on our side, it was their side.
Right.
So ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ paperwork ਥੋੜਾ because they had another company involved and everything. ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ.
Yeah.
If you're in that side of it ਥੋੜੇ ਪੰਗੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਪਰ you know ਮਾਲਕ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ everything
so that track will be
sort of ਗੈਪ ਸੈਡਰਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਗੀਤ ਵੀ ਆਉਣੇ ਆ ਨਵੇਂ ਹੋਰ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਆਉਣੇ ਆ
ਕੀ ਬਤਾ
ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਬਸ ਲੱਗੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਬਾਕੀ ਰੈਕਸਟਾਰ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਕਰਦਾ ਕੰਮ
look at how much work Baji's doing, like, you know, it's inspirational.
No, but what it is, how much work is already done at such a young age. I think that's the beauty of things, and he only looks about
work rate. That's the key.
Even now, Aman, thank you very much. Raxter's going to stay with me, and I'll be joined by another great guest. So whatever you do, don't go away. See you after the break.